What's going on? It's Ed here from ClicksGeek. We're a Google Premier Partner Agency. We specialize in lead gen for local businesses. And today I want to talk about why you should be recording all of your sales calls. So early on in my career, when I was starting out cold calling, the person I was working for had us recording all of our calls and then would painfully have to go back and listen to them. Brutal. It was embarrassing, it was demoralizing, and it sucked, but it was effective. And the best way I can describe this is I played college football, and a big chunk of your day with college football is practice. And a big chunk of that is actually film review. So we used to not only record our games and then have to sit for hours and review those and break that down play by play painfully. I mean, some of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life took place in college film session in the locker rooms, but it was brutal. It was a long thing. However, it's highly effective. We used to also record our practice sessions and then review that as well. So we'd sit and watch practice film. So we'd watch game film and then we'd watch practice film. So you knew if you weren't busting your ass during practice, you were in trouble because you just get beat up the next day during film review. But recording your calls is the exact same thing. And it's what professional and collegiate athletes do to get better. It's a post-mortem. You're able to sit down and review what took place and identify what you did right, what you did wrong, and how you would have done it differently had you done it again. And it's a very effective tool at getting better at whatever it is you're going to do, whether it's swinging a bat, swinging a golf club, pitching something like sales pitch, becoming a salesman. It could be performing a surgery. I would bet that surgeries are videotaped, I would imagine, to watch performance or maybe suturing. But lots of stuff is recorded so that you can do a post-mortem and review after the fact to get better at it and just review what you did. Because a lot of times when you're in the mix of it, the adrenaline kicks in and you don't actually remember the full thing of what happened, and you may be thinking something occurred one way where it really happened a slightly different way. So being able to sit back and record them, or I should say recording them and being able to sit back and review them is a really powerful tool. So if you are in sales, I highly recommend that you record your calls and start listening to them, or have your manager sit down and listen to them with you, because it's the best way to get good at it fast. It was reinforced years later when I read Mike Brooks' book, Power Phone Scripts, the power of recording calls. And I think he originally got it from Baloo, if I'm not mistaken. But I recommend the practice. I think it's really effective. We can do it in the CRM that we have, but if you don't have that option, there are apps you can download onto your phone that allow you to record your side of the conversation, both sides of the conversation, and just make it easy for you to actually do it in real time. So don't make not having the capability an excuse. There is free stuff you can use out there. There's really cheap stuff you can use out there as well. But it's a really good tool at getting better at sales, especially if you're not comfortable on the phone. Because what's going to happen is you're going to watch yourself, or you're going to listen to yourself do a few calls, and it's going to become easier for you to listen to yourself over time. And time, it might be a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. But as you get more comfortable listening to yourself, you'll be able to start picking apart what you would have done differently. And did you follow the proper scripting here? Yes or no? Did you correctly isolate that objection and tie it down and make sure that's the real reason they're not doing the deal? And you're just able to do a lot more stuff after the fact. And if you think for a second that professional athletes don't watch film, you're nuts. Because that's a big piece of being a college athlete, a professional athlete, is studying film. Film practice makes you better, and that's why people do it. So be a professional and act like a professional and study your film. So record your calls and you will see results. All right? Have a great day.